Windows, I hate you so much. I really hate you so much. No sounds. We love it, right? Anyway, we should have sounds now. "12 minutes of qualifying. So 12 times 60 divided by 112. That's what we do. 7 laps. Fuel 20 liters and a set of tires. Here we go. Yo, Nicholas, how you doing? Yeah, thank you, Shielded, for making me aware. Like, you know, it's every single time you do a fucking Windows update, excuse the language, OBS be like, your default Windows audio device has changed. I can't wreck it. And I'm like, the fuck is actually going... I need to review these settings to see whether there's something up with it. Anyway, guys, 12 minutes of qualifying. And then I think a 40-minute race. My laptop is being like, screens, 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 Spotify, Discord, Spotify over Discord again, flash, 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 flash. Oh, the buzz. The buzz. Anyway, speaking about the buzz, LMP3 tires take a horrific amount of time to actually heat up, but you generally feel alright. I do believe those LMP3 tires are more towards the LMGT3s rather than the Hypers. Anyway, let's see about the competition, let's see about our pace, let's see about the pace of our competitors. I have done roughly, I'd say, a good 45 minutes of driving this afternoon using the B-Alien setup and having adjusted that a little bit to my liking. Not by much, basically brake pressure and brake balance has moved a little. So let's see what we actually can do about it. Typical Geezer, hello there and welcome. Thank you for joining. Strict track limits, by the way, so we need to be careful. Those LMP3s are quite bitey whenever you pick up the throttle again, which is quite interesting, I have to admit. Like, they seem stable, and then all over the sudden they bite. Anyway, purple sector 1. Not as purple in sector 2. Kinda have issues with that turn 4. I wonder if I really need to further move the seat position to see even better. I can already hear the criticism, people be like, what's that seating position? But yeah, that's just... we're gonna make use of the tools that we do have available, right? So, what are we doing? 51.3. Probably reasonable for that one. Need to really see what Brackenbury is doing. and some other people, of course. I saw a 50.7 in the practice session. Saturated grip as well, so... yeah, see, this is what I mean with the sketchy bitey rear. I doubt I can make this one a purple, but let's see, where's Brackenbury and co? Also Patush. They still haven't put a lap together, it seems, or like a very, very slow one. Car is getting rather oversteery. Oh no, that's shit. Hashtag. You want to take some advantage line into the lap, and then you spin. Well, seems like the next lap's not going to be the pole lap either. Let's see, we're gonna lose 3/10 up until Cobbs, apart from the fact that we've maybe overheated the tires now. It's a cut. Just Davidex, thank you very much for a raid with a party of 7. Hello and welcome. I don't think I'm gonna drive FSR again in RF2. And then there's just like, this is a cut the lap already, but you see there's just still so much potential. I just need to get the damn lap together. Simone, is it still after the buff or the nerf? Like, I saw there was some adjusted aero stuff for the Duquesne. Or do you mean, is it because of straight line speed? I couldn't really commit to the Duquesne because I was like, it's right hand side drive. I can't deal with that. So, can we maybe... get our shit together now? 3.5 tenths we need. And we have half of that here already. Rear end is a bit sloppy. Where would you say is the Duquesne significantly faster? trying to take it easy. No Spinalla. And we improved by 7.5 tenths. Oh. I have 2 more shots. Or looking at the fuel, maybe just 1. Seconds. And whatever is left in the fuel can. I think we're like half a liter to spare. Ah, picked up the throttle too late. Is that track limits? No, it's not. Ah, I can be a bit more aggressive. If I'm improving the lap time though, I don't really know. Lapnitz doesn't improve. And I missed that entry badly. Brackenbury can improve goodie. We might be in trouble. And he did. He did by a full 10th. Yeah, and I think I threw that away somewhere. Well, we call it Michi Magic in the final turns for pole. Let's go. Wow. What is the optimal thing? 0.1 even. Yes, Simone, you did not sign up for the LMP. I mean, you would have been in that race now, right? I mean, it depends really how everyone is committing to it in the long run. Ooh. Starting fuel is this much now. 22 times 2.85. 63. There's a no stopper, eh? I think. . Maybe 64. Just to make sure. New tires. Matteo, thank you so much for the follow. Hello and welcome. So, we do have pole position. That doesn't mean we're going to win that race. So everyone has noticed it let over fuel. I'm not convinced that this is good, what's happening here. But let's see. It's a bit odd, to be honest. Because like in testing, the fuel tank was limited to 45 liters, so I expected to have a fuel refuel coming up. Hey Felipe. Alextron, thank you so much for the follow. Hello and welcome. But shoulda, woulda, coulda. Everyone got hopefully sufficient fuel in. Let's see what they're gonna do with the rest of the championship. I heard that once it is set up, there is no turning back. Anyway, here we go. Silverstone race 1, 40 minutes of Silverstone in the LMP3 Open Challenge. Welcome to the party. As we get in the green. Deads. Did they do touchy? Thank you, Iron. Appreciate it. Yeah, and if you guys want to get into the taste of this particular setup we're running here, then exclamation mark setups into the chat. Make sure to check out the Be Alien setup shop, and when you buy the setup, make sure to enter the code BEHOYER for a 10% discount on your purchase. Simone races 1 at turn 1, absolutely that. The famous saying. Hence why it's so important to stay in the lead after turn 1. Yeah, kidding, but yeah. Guys know what it is about. So, I need to make sure to take this match ball, I want to call it that, and make it count. Don't get under pressure by Wapnitz. Don't get under pressure by anyone. Don't do spinalas. Don't do over-aggressive driving. It is also the first time I'm doing a kind of esports race with an LMP3. And you've seen in qualifying how the struggle existed. So I really wonder what's happening during the race as we are burning off the fuel. Easy cut 6, and there you go. I'm already on 6. I think I put it to 5 in the qualifying if I remember correctly. Simone, have you specialized on these LMP3 lately? At least I saw you in general LMPs, whether that's LMP2 or LMP3. And at the same time, I still need to push this car a bit. I think only 2 track limit points allowed, so I better take care of this. Because Silverstone can easily trick you with the track limits once, and suddenly it's twice, and then it's dead. Actually, it's 5 cuts. So all Gucci. More yellow flags behind us. Have fun with these levels, too low most of the time. Yeah, that is the only thing that sort of makes it a little bit of a question mark whether I'm actually going to commit to this online championship, because as much as there's 300 entries, we see 50 signups today. I'm not sure if there's a higher SOF at some different point. For me personally, I've just picked Tuesdays to do the races, because that's the days where I do have the time and capacity to do so. And for that reason, we're sitting here right now. But whether I'll commit to that series is probably I'm gonna say after round 3 or 4, when we eventually see how the participation level is going to be. Someone you should drive against Sven. You mean Sven Gilut? Or what kind of Sven you're referring to? So I'm getting a bit under pressure there by cars behind, I see. Although I suggest it's the big lift that is mainly causing the gap. Although I have to admit, I'm not feeling any confidence in the car around this double hairpin complex. Having a bit of a struggle there, to be fair. So I might probably be pretty lucky with the top, well, with P2 and P3 spinning off at the start. Simone, do I understand it correct that these cars do appreciate trail braking a lot? You're gonna give me some rating? I doubt it. Although are you that kind of LMP2 merchant that has gained his rating simply by grinding LMP2 series all the time? Because I assume most people are still in GT3s and then Hypers. I'm not even sure if I'm too worried about rating overall. I mean, over the races I keep saying, oh yeah, the rating is just so important, blah 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 blah, but actually it's not. I think people are feeling my misconfidence here. As I'm also feeling the same lack of confidence from the 45 minutes in testing, which is like the hairpins, any low speed turns, mid to high speed I'm actually fine. If not like, you know, running wide, of course. But it's those areas where I'm like, rear, stay with me. Or I'm really also scared to putting the hammer down. Maybe I should not be too scared and just drive. So 4 laps done. Which means how many to go? 18. Are we short on fuel? Ah, no, we're not. I was about to say, why didn't it say 17 point something down before we came across the line? Now it jumped to 18 point something, so we are Gucci. But as a question also to you guys who watching this, shall we commit to an LMP3 series? What is your agenda, your thoughts on it? think I'm going way too quick into the first chicken. One spin. Wapnitz is there or thereabouts on my pace, to be fair. Like, how slow you want to go? Michi, yes. I'm so fucking scared. And these guys are right in a draft with each other. How strong is the draft in an LMP3 question to everyone? I got to admit I have no idea. Malmi, 51.5, sick lap time. Probably easily doable if I drop my sandbags off and finally drive the car. But you see, it's a bit fishy and sloppy here. Nothing too crazy, as the tire indicates they last forever. The Wapnitz defended from Stretch. Well, let's see when he becomes under pressure again. Meanwhile, I'm dropping my sandbags a little bit. But I still feel like, you know, a bit unsure as in how much and how hard can I really push the car. Because it feels quite on the edge in the back. You should see, like, my throttle pickup is way more gradual than it would be in a Hyperzen. I mean, I could also just switch up the TC. "28 minutes to go." One of these races where you'd be like, "Ah, that race rather be done quickly." So guys, also tomorrow it's time for round 2 in the Mercedes AMG Virtual Championship. We're starting last twice for 2 20-minute sprint races around Silverstone as well, incidentally, in an LMGT3 Mercedes. If you want to join that, stream goes live 19:30 with a little bit of practice where we're going to get up to speed for these 20-minute races. And then we're going to do our infamous last to first tries and see how quick we can actually do it. Last time in a 45-minute race though, we went from 31st to 13th. And I think in a 20-minute race, if we are around 30 cars again, it's probably reasonable to think about making it to the top 20. That's what we're gonna aim for tomorrow, twice. Just to stay in Division 1, of course. And if you want to see how that goes, then please make sure to join us tomorrow, 19:30 Central European summertime, for some madness. And of course, if you do like the stuff here at Le Mans Ultimate live streams, please follow us on Twitch, subscribe us on YouTube, give the stream a thumbs up, give it a like. Make sure to support it, as we're getting a little bit a hang of the car now. Still have a pretty high deviation in lap time performance there. Doing a 51. 2 in the next lap, doing a 51.8. We're running away from what? It's another question is, do the tires start dropping off now? You know, we're at the stage where we're talking about 4 to 5% of rubber used. Will the balance shift? I have no idea. The longest I did in practice was like an 8-lap run, and we're on lap 8. So this may as well just happen. Is that Christian Pereira TV in P9? The streamer from, is he Brazilian? I had to pick up the throttle in the rear to be like, whoop, wanna go away. Oh, 51.6 then. Feels like coasting the car is making it go quack. A tiny little bit too impatient and picking up the throttle going for Hanger Straight. And I already hear that the fanboys saying, bitchin' saying like tires going away, but he's setting purple lap times here. It's not yet purple entirely. I mean, I'm working on it. Now it is purple. So Vapnitz is dropping. Strej. I don't know whether he's dropping or not. .51.8, 51.8, Malmi. Probably a cut lap. This time not impatient. Immediately you pick up a little bit more momentum. Third is better regarding the power. I think I need to be a little bit more tight in this GP turn 1 layout now. Be a little bit more towards that curve. Maybe not. That's a big track limit. 0.75. Maybe indeed a little bit of tire fading away signature. I need to admit though, as much as it's a bit sketchy, LMP3 driving is fun when you're not having to deal with the GT3s and the LMP2 bozos, I guess. Which is another reason why I've opted for this championship, because it's a single LMP3 class. And I suspect, or I expect, lots of fun and good racing in this. Well, good racing or not, I don't know, but... So, Oscar back in P8. Climbing back up. I wonder how significant the damage was that he suffered from on lap 1. And also, what was the gap when he had the damage? Now he has like 3.5 seconds clean air. Looking forwards to see his pace and review the incidents after the race. So this was a much more aggressive second hairpin, I felt. Oscar has 102 degrees front left. I'm at 95. Forza Europa, we're looking at the same values. Because that means that Oscar is also just like leaning on that front left crazy hard. Well, I'm rather rotating the car a bit more from the rear, yet the front left is indeed... And that's interesting, the front left is the hottest tyre, yet the best in condition. And I wonder whether that is because it's the only tyre that is sort of in a temperature range. Because, admittedly, Le Mans Ultimate tyres, they wear more if they are running too cold or too hot. We don't take the undercuts. Yeah, shaking the car. So, Oscar, what have you got? Oscar streaming? Or are you sitting on the server somehow being an engineer? Because you can invite engineers for this race. Wapnitz and Streje are going to battle this one out. This is the absolute LMP3 moment that I'm scared of. But regarding the high SOF races, I know they run on Thursday again, and I know this runs on Saturday again, but I really would hope to be able to cultivate Tuesday night's going to be the high SOF race in this series. Because Thursday night is also the WEC experience. And Saturday, most of the time, the team championships are running. So, Forza, are you his teammate or? So, Wapnitz lost the position. And now I'm interested to see whether Streje can go more quick. Streje at least is in the Duquesne that Simone indicated being still the OP car. We are checking. Streje just certainly felt like the faster of the two for sure. Whether that is down to skill or the car, I don't know. Took him at least half race to get by. Oh, Callum, the man. Didn't you get married like a couple of weeks ago? Well, massive congrats for that, bro. If I recall correctly, or am I mixing you with someone up? I think I might mix you up with someone. If so, I'm very sorry for that. So 52.0 by Strege. And I think now comes his fast, clean lap. With no more traffic ahead. Not you, copy, copy. Yeah, I think it was different, Callum. So Brackenbury, 52.6. I assume his car is significant damage. And then you have to say actually kudos for making it back. The only thing, if this goes to the end like this, which would be good for me, in regards of the rating that we say is irrelevant to us, is that Brackenbury is a go-to mechanic. So I would earn some rating from him. Tracy Caddy, thank you very much for your tier 1 sub for 8 months already on the Twitch platform. Thank you for your support, buddy. Here's massive flat spots, copy, copy. But no damage from the chassis or anything. Flat spots could at least mean irritation when it comes to feedback of the car driving it. I do get that. So a rather slow lap, 51.4 I think. Then Strege does 51.9. I eat a little bit more curb going into this exit at Chapel. I might be a tad quacker. 103 centigrade tires. Yeah, I wonder how much the tire temperature is actually harming him. I would assume it's a significant disadvantage. Because I feel my front left degrading a tiny little bit. Not significantly, but you know, this turn that's coming up now with my 96, 97 degrees. It's, probably the weight and the fuel of the car comes off a little more. But at the same time, as you can see, I'm running with 550 degree steering rotation, so I'm trying really to take it easy on the tires as much as possible, you know, smooth turning, controlled loading of the tires and stuff. More minutes. Again, too impatient. Therefore not really picking the right line, therefore having to quickly lift off, and that lift off means giving away like half a tenth to up for a full tenth of momentum. as we're going down Hanger Straight. Oh, track limits. Wanting to push too much through the chicken. But man, like, fight for the podium and top 5 is fierce. Nothing I'd like to be in right now, but just noticing it. Oscar in the meanwhile in P7, still making progress. And remember, there's a drop week out of the 6 races. And then again, if on Thursday or Saturday, but I believe Tuesdays is the day to be, if the races are more packed, if there are small splits, high SOF and stuff, I might lose out despite winning every race. So yeah, this online championship is mainly for the fun, rather than for the full scope of things. Of course, if we can claim a title, we claim a title if we go full send for it. Which is also a thing, you know, if I notice that main races are happening on Thursdays, let's say. I can't make Thursdays mostly, due to the fact we're running LFM Pro Series, which has been postponed this week. However, girlfriend has already claimed the time spot, so on Loggy for Thursday, I think. But let's see how this goes. You know, what I mean is, like, Oscar could now take a spot for the race happening on Thursday, and because if it's 3 splits and he wins it, he gets significantly much more points than me. And that way he would still beat me despite he lost out against me today. That said, obviously he hasn't lost out yet because we need to finish the race still within the next 10 minutes. The latest issues of disconnect and stuff. I rather sitting on the hot seat than in the safe one. So a couple of people had to pit because they didn't fuel for the full race apparently, I think. And then I think Oscar has a significant chance finishing 5th in this race. Which, considering turn 1, is a huge result. What happened to the other guy, Callum, that spun out with him in turn 1? Who was it even? Now that's a line. A bit too conservative this time, actually. Much steering rotation, I assume. But like understeering a bit over the front yet though, of course. We're going purple middle sector. But you know just how the car felt. A little too early at that apex, sitting on this exit curve, losing a full 10th I assume. Yeah, I'm too scared for the second hairpin to just lose the car. In the testing, I suffered the most from just hitting the brakes and locking the rears initially. Oof! 15%. So 15% more than me, you say. That is huge. 51-0. Is the apex. Didn't turn that much on the front left steering wheel, as you can see. As a result of that, we're a bit more quack. So, nail the rest of the lap. Or rather irrelevant fastest lap. So Bono would be in the team radio of Antonelli being like, we don't need this, we're quick and safe enough. But you know how the race car drivers are. They see the chance for more purples, they're gonna put more purples. Brackenbury in the meanwhile on the rear wing of Lapart. And honestly, he's deserving that 5th. Oscar isn't slow, it's decent quick. As we got decent quick into the 50.8. Man, these tyres just lasting forever, basically. As we have 3 to go. And track limits. Oh. Even surprised by how much of a wide line I could take this time around. So Oscar got by, but I think now he has reached his final destination, P5, which is a good comeback considering the issues. Very strong drive, I think. Have you bind anything to the extra shift pedals on my wheel? Yep. On the top I'm going through the LCD, and on the bottom I do have the clutch. And on the left hand side obviously the same. Sloppy lap. Really sloppy lap. Oh, Wapnitz lost 3rd to Malmi. Yeah, I wonder whether Wapnitz has an issue with the tires as well. I'm not sure if he has been involved in any first lap drama. We're gonna have a quick look after this. I tend to agree, Forza Europe. I'm not sure if it's a tire model thing really. Like, I think LMP3 tire is basically close to the GT3 one. But as you say, I feel there's feedback, I feel there's something happening, I feel there is good fun, and it feels natural driving this. So I agree with your statement, basically. Yeah. In the hypers, you're just straight gonna die. I mean, the lap is done anyway, but this is what I consider a good tire, you know? Like, you have to do the counteract, you have to do the counter steer, you have to save the car instead of just being like, oh, if it goes sideways, it just goes sideways and you're gonna push over it. No. If you do it, you're dead. So you go save it. There we go for the final lap of the race. And as I said again, guys, the setup is available on the B-Alien webshop. Explanation mark setups into the chat if you want to give this a go, and then make sure to use the BHoya referral code on the checkout for saving 10%, getting a 10% discount. As we're coming through this one, the last final time. Can I stay pinned? No, I can't. Now, of course, as you can imagine, I'm going for it again. What was our qualifying time? 50.6, huh? Here we come. First race, first win, first pole, and most likely also first fastest lap. A Grand Slam, how they call it. Very nice stuff. Very, very nice. Goody fun. Those LMP3s are real good fun. Not gonna lie. I'm not sure how they are in racing. I think overtaking is difficult. I also would assume, as much as those cars are light and stuff, but I do believe that they are pretty bad in dirty air. Just the feeling, really. So it was Dixon and Oscar that had the incidents. So Dixon is sorry to Oscar. Oh yeah, Brackenbury got 4th. That is an insane recovery, I think. What I have to say is a great, honestly, the netiquette in this chat right here in this race is a great example of how racing should and could be in every race. Guys are extremely respectful to each other, and they're not, you know, not pinpointing, or not much pinpointing. I mean, there is the obvious left, right, and center, but generally speaking, the guys are rather friendly to each other. So this is the view from Wapnitz. As we get the green. Oh, that's just so unlucky, I think. So Dixon basically just killed the tires, and actually Oscar as well. Yes, he has this big lock and stuff. To me, it's a Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton thing. think it's rather fully on Dixon. Oscar turns in, but he has to. Thank you, Serpent Freaks. Appreciate it. You know, like he's... I had the same opinion back in the day. Max would have not left the space for Lewis on the inside, but Lewis also doesn't turn in. And I think this here as well, if you look at the onboards, hard to say from here, but I think at this stage you could argue that Oscar is pretty much on the trajectory towards the curb here. And at the same time, you could argue that Dixon should probably pull out of the move. Oscar, shame. Honestly, I don't know how this race would have went down if not for that one. That kind of saved me. Because I didn't feel too comfy in the first 6 or 7 laps, really. But likewise, also good pace in qualifying. How much more would you have been able to do faster than a P... what was it? A 50.10. I honestly can't know, because like I did a 50.8 in race fuel and testing. But like after a couple of laps, of course, like figuring out. How's the racing with those LMP3s? I mean, just looking at you had a bunch to do with that. How bad is Dirty Air and stuff? Really nice switchback moves here. Yeah, I heard so. Callum was on the radio being like, your front left burning. Like, you took that much heat and then... Well, you know, I assume sitting in a dirty air and having to do the fights doesn't help. What the heck? What? What's happening with... What? Sorry, that's an awesome clip. What am I looking at? So he has a flat spotted rear left, but what the hell happened to the other guy? He just veered off course, then noticed it and died. And he didn't lock the brakes, and that is so unlucky for the number 20. Oh my god. Yeah, Oscar, I assume like when you were sitting in dirty air, you were like scrubbing the tire much more. And obviously you were using it as you tried making up the spots. Just my assumption, but yeah. Alright. Strength of field S2, 0 impact, a little bit ranks. Go up. This is... Someone needs to explain this to me. Because... if I go to profile... Yeah, Oscar, probably that. If I go to the profile, let's discount this one. Ah, this one is getting me down. But like, if I go for the rank breakdown, in this one, I got 7, I got even 8 driver rank digits. This is, I don't get it. Here I got 8 of those digits. And then I assume this would have already counted in the stuff. Because if I go again to profile and look 3 races before, when I actually gained some from the WEC experience, and I go to rank breakdown and being like, here I have 7 of those digits in. And now I look at the race that I've just done. I need help with this. Like, I do not know what is my fucking rating. Because I now gain a little bit of rating, yes, but I'm at 6 digits. I'm lower than losing, and I'm lower than gaining 3 races ago. Like, what? Is this where you're coming from? Is this where you're racing at? It's also same with the safety rank platinum. It says in the last races. Also, Oscar, if you're still there, do you expect this being the high SOF race on a Tuesday? If I have 2 double arrows up. I have 1 arrow down. Here I have also 2 double arrows up. And yet, what is the rank breakdown saying? I'm on 9 digits. I don't get it. And if I look into the second race, I'm sorry, I'm clicking around. I know it's probably a bit confusing what I do here. I'm looking at this and be like, here it is full. Is this how I've been handed in? It must have been. Otherwise, it makes no sense at all. Sparks, I agree. I want to have this number back. We need to start an online petition. Bring back old netcode. Bring back percentages on the R. Let us know what we're doing. Anyway, let's have a quick look into the series standings of this series. There were percentages until a couple of updates ago. And then someone, and I do not know who, had the idea is like, why are we not just hiding the number completely so no one knows what's going on? So, whereas you have 2 attempts left. Yeah, I'm afraid that this Thursday one is Thursday might be the high SOF. So P3 leaderboards. Leaderboard record 56 at my lap time. Yes, it is. But he did that in the practice. So where are standings? 319. And then Rafael Ferris, 266. So he already did a race, I assume. So did Berg. So did Pereira. Hang on a second. Driver rank, where you stand against... I'm on driver rank base. So I'm leading this. Where is the overall? This is the more interesting one. So Lasse Stregge, 310. Malmi. So that is basically the result from the race that we just had. Which means this has been the highest SOF so far. Anyone done the race before? Yes, they... What the heck? Here I see 2 digits. Saw 2 digits. Down here. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how we're doing in this overall series. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this race. I hope you've enjoyed the first, hopefully out of 6 races in this championship we're gonna do. Let's see how the driver level degrades over the period. And then I'm gonna send you on with a raid to UKOG. He's obviously live for the more Ultimate, so you're gonna enjoy. Give him a shout out. Enjoy the stream, and tune in tomorrow for the Mercedes AMG Virtual Championship. Stream goes live at 19:30. I will schedule accordingly. Till then, guys, have a good one. See you. Bye bye.